Shut that door.
We're definitely live right now. So. Hi guys, welcome back.
Hi.
I have my two best friends here. Well, two of my best friends here. Billy, just call him the wannabe heart kid.
The wannabe.
Shawn Michaels.
No one could be the heartbreak.
Shout out to the. You want to show the camera? Shawn Michaels. And we got a very special guest. The FTC is here. Welcome to the show, Dom. First time.
Thank you. Very happy to be here.
That was our shirt you got on.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course.
so
Got to
sure,
represent my boy CM Punk. You know, best in the world. Hopefully we can make it a Mania, but we'll get to that later on.
All right, Billy. I'm gonna break your heart. So what's the game last night?
All right.
Well, let's talk about the game last night.
It was as even as it could have been.
It was right.
It was.
It was really balanced all the way through.
It was a good
Everything with
game.
the audio?
Yeah. I was just watching the YouTube live to make sure before we get into it. We're good.
I think the only part of the game that wasn't even was overtime. US was dominating. And
US was dominant, and then Austin. I'm just thinking of the text you sent me last night. I can't say it on air.
Yeah, we can't say this on air.
We can't say this on air, but Billy's text during the game last night after Austin Matthews
was bad. That was bad.
I didn't say anything.
You sure about that?
I can though. I don't know if you'll see it. I can pull up the Insta selfie reaction. Where is it?
The picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see this on camera. Hold on. You guys are seeing this on camera.
This has to go on camera at all. This has to go on camera.
This is his face.
That
That was Billy's face. When Connor McDavid tucked in the game-winning goal.
Yeah.
when Austin Matthews was McDavid.
I'm not gonna lie. That was actually cold. That was actually cold.
No,
that was a really cold goal.
I don't know how he was that open though. Well, Matthews, yeah. But
we don't need to talk about that.
That was
no.
Yeah.
Austin
really. Matthews.
Jordy Benson just turns into
Jordan.
God whenever he's at TD Garden.
He just turns into the second coming of Jesus
Someone
Christ.
we went to school with. I forgot who it was. Someone from Sepanak went to that game last night. I forgot who it was. I think it was. I don't know. Actually,
was it in our class?
Yeah, it was our graduating class. But someone went to that game last night. I don't remember who it was, but someone went to that game last night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I wish I was there right now. Of course,
But now you're here.
Yeah, now I'm here. Now I'm here.
Now the FTC is here.
I will say,
Acknowledge him.
Jacob Slavin. I'm acknowledging Roman. I want to say
He's
Jacob Slavin.
He's
Jacob's
the best
I'll
defensive
acknowledge,
defenseman.
I'll acknowledge Jacob Slavin as well.
Jacob Slavin, you're my tribal chief.
You are my tribal chief.
All right. Here's going to be the big chunk of the show.
Oh, God.
Dom's here for a reason.
I'm wearing a shirt for a reason.
He's wearing a shirt.
Billy's wearing his shirt for a reason.
WWE.
Man, what can we say about this? This is probably one of the biggest I say the WWE is one of the biggest whatchamacallit, one of the biggest companies right now. It's so funny.
The biggest
it's the biggest professional wrestling company right now.
Billy, do you want to tell us about Shawn Michaels?
Because we gotta talk about Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels.
Oh,
we got it with the voice. we got it with the voice.
I knew that was gonna happen. Why did I know? He's actually where did he go?
I have no idea. What? I think he stayed in the hallway.
Where did he go?
I don't know. When he comes back, he comes back. Anyway.
Oh my gosh. I knew that was gonna happen too.
That was great.
He left his coat too.
He's coming back.
He's right there. Billy, get back in here. We actually have to talk.
Billy, get back in here, please. Now we really have to talk about wrestling. Before he gets in here, we're gonna do that again.
What the?
We're gonna do that again.
All right, come on, let's
close
go.
that door too. Please.
Please.
That was great. This is gotta. Someone's got to screen record this. Someone's got to clip this.
I know, right?
It's good enough.
Yeah. What's he doing? Bill, stop. What did you do? What are you doing?
As long as he didn't put anything with profanity, he's okay.
Yeah. Let's talk about Shawn Michaels.
He wrote on the Instagram. He wrote on the YouTube page in the comment section, "The HBK is the GOAT."
HBK.
Good.
You're good.
Sure.
Yes,
you're good.
You're good. I turned it off. You're good. All right. So can we actually now talk about WWE? Because this has been one eventful
There's
week.
multiple voices.
I thought we were going to talk about Shawn Michaels.
We are. No, we
okay,
really
so
are.
go to Shawn Michaels. Let's talk about
We
Shawn.
just had to set you up to speak
To
to see
see that.
voice.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about Shawn.
Greatest performer of all time. Has the best match catalog of all time. Might have been regarded as the GOAT. So, I don't know if I could say this. A Coke.
You could.
But yeah, despite what he did in the ring, him going
And despite the Montreal screw job too.
him
That
going
was-
from someone that was really immature, rude to his fellow wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, Bret
partners.
Hart.
When he came back, he was much more mature, and that's probably the biggest. Of his,
Which
no.
one?
just like,
Just any win that he got when he returned.
just
Yeah.
more so, just like, becoming a better person.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I definitely do think that when you talk about Shawn Michaels' return, not only do you have to talk about two of the greatest matches of all time that he's had with The Undertaker at both WrestleMania 25 and 26, but he had a lot of great matches too. You know, he had a fantastic match against John Cena at WrestleMania 27. 27.
And on Raw.
Not 27, 23, forgive me. That was 2007. The match with Cena on Raw, that was in London. Yeah. And then, of course, his match with Triple H at SummerSlam in 2002, and then when he won the World Heavyweight Championship at the end of 2002 at Survivor Series, which was the first Elimination Chamber match.
Those were his first two big matches coming back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those were his first two big matches coming back in 4 years. And that's insane to say. And we really did see, we already established how amazing a performer Shawn Michaels was in the 90s. And he's had, banger after banger after banger, matches with Bret and Stone Cold and the first Hell in a Cell with Undertaker, Razor Ramon in the ladder match, for the undisputed IC championship. So, I mean, and then
match against Diesel as well.
the match against Diesel.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
That
match
was the
against
one at
Diesel.
WrestleMania 11.
That was
Yeah.
a match, man. That was a great match.
With Lawrence Taylor main evented against Bam Bam Bigelow.
And LT won that.
LT did win that.
LT
Yes,
won
he
that.
is. And then he comes back and he's like, "Hey, listen, I may have taken this time away, but I focused on myself and I'm ready to get back in this ring." And he proved why he's one of the best performers of all time. He had a banger match against, Chris Jericho in his first WrestleMania back at WrestleMania 19. He had the match against Kurt Angle, which I think many people will claim that being that's one of the best matches of all time. I've always said that WrestleMania 21 is personally one of my top 3 favorite WrestleManias of all time, and it really is. And he is one big part about that. Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle is a spectacular match. So is, seeing the first Money in the Bank ladder match with Edge winning, seeing Cena and Batista get crowned their moment as the new faces of WWE with Cena becoming the WWE champion, Batista World Heavyweight champion, Rey Mysterio versus Eddie.
Speaking of John Cena, it's the end of an era.
It is an end of an era.
I'm gonna embarrass you. I watched a grown man cry during the Royal Rumble. Me and Billy watched a grown man cry when John Cena lost.
Yeah, I wonder who that grown man was. Yeah, it may have been me, I think.
I think it was Dom.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not sure.
I was very surprised. I was probably, and I was.
We all thought Cena was gonna win when he was in the final 2.
I definitely was saying to Billy and to Pete and even to Tyler as well. Our friend Tyler, shout out Tyler Gill, of course, and a lot of my friends at WCC.
President of Iona,
and a good friend of mine at WCC, Rob. I was telling him that 39 and 40 really were you knew what was going to happen in the road, but it was still a fun, enjoyable road that led into 2 of the best WrestleManias of all time. With 41, it is such an unpredictable road to WrestleMania. You don't know what's going on. Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble.
who would have thought that?
Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that when he was tag team champion 5 years ago?
He was gonna win a Royal Rumble and be main event Jey Uso.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's why Triple H pushed for it because that's his name. He's main event Jey Uso. You know, he was Intercontinental Champion, dethroned Braun Breaker, and became Intercontinental Champion for a small while in 2024. And you know, just from holding that title alone, he not only brought some type of prestige back to that title, but he also added blue onto the new Intercontinental Championship design, which I liked the newer design, but it didn't feel right. Like I'm more partial to the one that I grew up on with the Ruthless Aggression, era looking championship, Intercontinental Championship, and the PG era. I meant Ruthless Aggression, Intercontinental Championship. I've just been thinking about Ruthless Aggression a lot lately. I don't know why, and it's so satisfying to see the blue back because it finally gives that color. And I definitely do like how when Jay lost, they didn't decide to get rid of the blue; they kept it, and that's what I love because you're keeping something he did. And now you have Jay versus Gunther at WrestleMania, which we're definitely going to be talking about WrestleMania. Not this episode, but definitely another episode, I do think. Wow.
Someone's getting speared.
Wow.
Someone's getting speared tonight.
So, breaking news that we just got here.
Yeah. I don't know how reliable it is because I don't know how reliable who posted it is, but they're usually right. So The Rock was announced last night to be coming on SmackDown.
Heard that.
Speak was spoken to.
It doesn't matter what your name is. Billy, do you have anything?
Okay.
What the Rock?
What the Rock is cooking.
All right, now I'm kind of scared because.
So what we were saying was, he was announced last night to have an appearance, and about 20 minutes to a half hour ago, it's now reported he's going to take a big portion of the 3-hour show tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
theory, he's going to come out for a promo. It's going to turn into a match.
You think so?
I think he's going to come out to cut a promo. If they're saying it's going to be a large portion of the show,
then it's got to be a match going on.
Then he's got to be having a match going on. Because there's no way he's going to cut an hour-long promo of him just talking.
I mean, the final boss, dude, he's back.
Yeah, but there's no way you're going to have The Rock, of all people, come out and cut an hour-long promo calling people out. He's definitely going to fight someone.
Well, you're definitely going to have a promo.
Could it also come with a potential announcement of where WrestleMania will be held next?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I could see it being for that.
And everyone's saying, everything I'm hearing is it's going to happen in New Orleans.
Either that, or he's going to do that, and then he's going to come back out for a match.
There is also the 6-man tag match later.
It's a 16
with the Bloodline, Braun Strowman, Cody Rhodes, of course.
So think about it.
And
he's going to take up a large portion, and there's a 16 tag match with the Bloodline.
And then they also said Roman is going to be out indefinitely, so they don't know when he will come back.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
I can smell it. Inside joke for us. Can someone say, can you smell what he's cooking? Someone say, can The Rock smell
what he's cooking?
Pancakes.
Bro's bringing the pancake joke back in 2025.
I love that pancake joke. I've been making that jokes for the past 2 years, 3 years.
We know that.
Billy, I got you again. No, let it go for a minute.
Let it go. Just keep
Let's
it.
see how it goes.
I don't know. My voice sounds the same. I'm good.
No, we're gonna do different ones for this segment.
Okay.
We're gonna call this segment whenever. Hold on, I hear it in because it's doing my voice too.
Yeah.
Whenever Billy's on, we're gonna have a 10-minute segment where we're gonna talk about any sports topic, but his voice is just gonna keep changing throughout the voice.
Oh, this is perfect.
So it's gonna go deep, high pitch. It's gonna have all the different voices,
This is amazing.
including.
Ow.
Let's get it going.
Yeah, say something. No, the censor one's not going to be used because it's very loud and it's like
that hurts my ears.
Piercingly loud
You're
and
being
it
a
hurts our
bad
ears.
host right now. Interrupting the talk.
All right,
Appreciate
so let's get back to you wanna talk about what do we talk? What do you guys?
I guess we could
Let's
still
go.
go WWE because
Yeah,
we can go.
We could go WWE
Well,
a little bit
you
longer.
touched on Roman.
I am your father.
Can we stay with the chamber?
The Chamber? So it's so funny because I was actually just going to bring the Chamber up. So next Saturday, of course, March 1st is WWE's Elimination Chamber. Will be held from Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
We'll be
And
watching it together.
we will be watching together in Pete's dorm.
The three of us.
The 3 of us, maybe 4 of us, get the
Trust
President
me.
Iona.
Maybe 5, 6,
9.
11.
11. Yeah. But no, I mean I can't wait for the chamber. There's 4 great confirmed matches that have been teased. Billy, you want to say something over there? Are you sure? What about Shawn Michaels? You want to say something about Shawn Michaels? Yeah.
No, this is a good one. Speak.
This is a good one. Speak.
I don't know why Logan Paul is in the chamber.
That's great. I can't. But yeah, I mean, we have.
This is gonna be the best segment of the show.
Oh no, for sure. But we have 4 great matches. You know, we have both the men's and the women's elimination chamber match. The men's is probably one of the best. Like since last year. Last year was an all-star packed elimination chamber match, and this year's 2 is also an all-star packed elimination chamber match. You have John Cena not only wrestling in his last elimination chamber, but you have Drew McIntyre.
Right there, that's my goat.
That is my goat right there too.
My
You have
Lord-
Drew McIntyre.
My Lord and Savior John Cena.
You have Drew McIntyre. You have the man I'm repping on my shirt, CM Punk. You have Logan Paul. You have Seth Rollins, who just
And you got
qualified.
is it Jimmy?
No, it's
not Jimmy.
Damien Priest.
Priest.
And that's a stacked, very stacked elimination chamber. You know, anyone could win, but
So who's? Sorry for cutting you off.
no, go ahead.
Yeah, anyone. I would just finish what you were gonna say because I was gonna say that anyone could win.
Anyone could win this.
I just had the question.
Yeah.
Who's in the 16 tag team? What is it? It's solo.
Tonight,
It's solo.
solo.
It's not Fatu, right?
Fatu, yes.
Fatu's in the 16.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
No, so
No,
it's
it's solo, isn't it?
solo,
Tama Tonga
and then Tama Tonga, and then Fatu.
It is Fatu. I thought it
Because
was the other-
Tongaloa is out right now with
I thought it
injury.
was Tongaloa.
And then it's Cody Rhodes, who of course is my goat, my savior. You know, if you want to talk about moments that I've ever cried in life, I cried.
Cody Rhodes finishing his story.
I cried when Cody did finish his story.
Not yet.
I'm
gonna
what are you
play-
laughing about over
No,
there?
he asked if the mic was on. Like, no,
Oh.
I'm just gonna randomly
You're
do
a
it.
very
over the next
emotional
10
guy.
minutes.
Yeah, I know. And then Damian
was a
Priest will
good
be
one.
there, and then Braun Strowman is also going to be part of the match.
We have won it.
You guys can probably hear. He sounds like Dr. Evil.
Billy, say Austin, I am your father.
Like Dr. Evil.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your. I want to say that. I want to get you bad.
I just whipped your butt.
I'm not going to say that.
Billy, just say Austin, know this. I am your father.
Austin, know this. I am your father.
Wait, really? Yes. That's great. That's great.
Yeah, so this is my favorite segment of the show.
But back to the elimination chamber. So I mean, it's a stacked card. It is a Ow. That hurt my ear. Ow. You suck.
Let's keep the language to a minimum.
Yeah, watch your language, John. Otherwise, you never come back again.
So back to the elimination chamber. I mean, I think John's definitely the winner. I think John is gonna win that match. I would not be opposed if anyone else did.
No,
But I definitely
the
do
only one
John's.
I don't want to win, and it's just solely because I do not like him,
Is
Damian
Logan?
Priest.
Oh, Priest. Really?
And Logan.
Well, the thing with Priest,
I like Logan Paul. You know, I'm not a fan of him in the WWE. I like Logan Paul as a personality. He's an internet personality, YouTuber, whatever. I used to watch him all the time. So I'm not gonna say I don't like him at all. But in the WWE,
I think he brings a
I'm
great presence. in the
not a
WWE.
fan. I could agree with the presence part, but I'm not a fan.
Even the in-ring work, bro.
I'm
You have to
just-
appreciate the in-ring work.
I'm just not a fan of Logan Paul as a WWE wrestler.
The one thing
And
I
I
did
also
like-
don't know why I don't like Damian. Well, Dom knows why, but I don't really like Damian.
I like Damian
I
Priest
just
a lot.
can't say it on the radio.
I love Damian Priest. I think he's a great wrestler.
Well, actually, I can
Um,
say on the radio. He's a wannabe Undertaker, and I don't like that.
You know, a lot of people do say that all the time.
He does. He's like the wannabe Undertaker.
And I think that's what they want to build him as.
And
I think they
don't-
want to build him as that.
And I don't like that because I feel like there's only one.
There's
there
only
should
one. I agree with
be
that.
One Undertaker gimmick, and there's one Undertaker, and there should only be one Undertaker gimmick. No one
Oh,
else
for
should get that
sure.
gimmick.
For sure.
So if they're built, so I don't like him for that one reason.
No, I can see where you're coming from with that. But Logan Paul, I mean, the one thing I just didn't really like Logan Paul with, in my opinion, I think a lot of people can agree with me on this, is that you give him the United States Championship, but you don't make him do anything with it. He's defended the title 3 times.
Yeah.
He had him defend against Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble, but KO won in disqualification. What? And then you have Randy and Kevin Owens versus Logan for the title at WrestleMania. All right, solid, amazing match.
Was that the match where Speed got split?
That was a man.
Did you guys?
That was the one we got RKO'd.
I don't know if you guys seen that.
The one where he got
But
RKO'd.
go on YouTube or go on Google and look up Randy Orton RKO's I Show Speed.
That is some funny
It is
stuff
the
right
funniest thing I've watched. It is hysterical.
there. That is funny.
I watched that live at WrestleMania Night 2. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
I was laughing hysterically, and I think I texted you afterwards about that. And I was like, "Billy, did you just see I Show Speed get RKO'd?" You're like, "Bro, that was great.
This
that
year
was great."
we better be together for Mania this year.
So yeah, we'll plan that out when it gets more there.
Yeah.
I'm
just saying we better be together.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then you have him at King and Queen of the Ring facing Cody Rhodes. All right, I already proved how much I love Cody Rhodes. I loved him before he won the title. You know, I love the man. I think he is. I think people are hating on him too
Gotta say
much.
no Diddy after that.
I think people are hating on. I think people are hating on Cody too much because of his reign, and I disagree with that. Yeah, it's not Roman's reign, but come on, it's his own reign. He's making his own thing, and he's had some amazing, perfect title defenses. So I mean, it's not. I definitely do think the Logan Paul one was probably my least favorite, but it was still a great title defense overall. I mean, after that, it's just like everything else was a great and amazing match.
Well, they put him in the chamber for a reason. He's definitely gonna like screw over somebody.
So according to the rumors
Yeah,
I'm
100%.
hearing, according to the rumors that I'm hearing, Bill, is that they want to put Logan Paul in a match with Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship at Mania.
That would be crazy though. I'm not gonna
It would be
lie.
crazy,
I'd
yeah.
like to see Braun Breaker versus Goldberg at SummerSlam.
Yeah, but I feel like they want to build the Gunther versus Goldberg match because we saw that building at Bad Blood.
Is Goldberg only? All right, is Goldberg only doing one more match, or is he gonna do like a run like
Oh, he's gonna
Cena?
have a title match this year.
Yeah, I didn't. I think it's just gonna be that one match. 'Cause let's
Yeah,
be honest,
probably.
he's what 57. I want
No,
to say
yeah, I
58.
didn't know if they're
He's
gonna
up
give
there.
him like a couple matches, like 2, 3, 4 matches, and then the retirement match, or if it's gonna be one
Yeah.
and done against Gunther.
Well, I know the last match he had was against Roman for the Universal Championship at Elimination Chamber in
I remember.
2022. That was an okay match, but it wasn't the best.
That was an okay match. I just felt like because Goldberg's basically a part timer and barely wrestles,
Yeah,
it shouldn't have been in a title match. It should have just been. He should have
Something
been
else.
in. He should have had a match there if they wanted to book it, but it shouldn't have been a championship match against Roman. If he's only going to be a part timer, even though he was going to lose the belt regardless, I feel like it was a waste of a defense for Roman.
I definitely will
So-
say when I started watching WWE again back in 21, his match that he had, the no holds bar match he had against Bobby Lashley at Crown Jewel that year,
That was a good match.
that's probably one of my favorite underrated matches. But then again, I think Crown Jewel 2021 is one of the best
Crown
pay-per-views.
Jewels.
One of the best Crown Jewels and one of the best pay-per-views of 2021. And I definitely do think that match really does add on it. I mean, you also have the no disqualification match between Roman and Brock, which was amazing. And then you got to talk about our guy that we've been literally blasting his theme song every day, Edge. Edge had a
On this day.
On this day. Just started-
Billy, do you want to sing it? Please. No, please.
Please.
On this day, I see clearly everything has come to
You
light.
sound like one of the chipmunks from Alvin and the
Yo.
Chipmunks.
But
That's funny.
in all honesty, though, Edge had a amazing, like probably one of the best matches of the 2020s against Seth Rollins at Crown Jewel. It was a Hell in a Cell match.
Wasn't it?
Edge did, and that was a work of art. Like that was
I
definitely
wish-
a perfect match.
I wish he never left. I wish he never went to Jacksonville.
Yeah, I wish he never went to Jacksonville. That is one thing we will never talk about on the show is Jacksonville.
I will never. I don't watch AEW. I never will. It's
It's a wannabe WCW.
It's a wannabe.
It's a wannabe
yeah,
WCW.
They're
Let's be honest.
WCW. The only reason they're not folding is because they're funded by a billionaire.
Yeah, that is so true.
The only reason WWE has gotten talent that left for their back, or why it hasn't folded or merged with a different wrestler
Sports company, yeah,
is-
sports entertainment company.
sports entertainment company is because the owner isn't. Well, who owned WCW? Was it Bishop? It wasn't.
It
Yeah, it was
was-
Eric Bischoff, right?
Was it? I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't
Or
a
it was,
multi.
or it was Turner. No, it was Turner. I forgot his name.
no Bishop was ECW.
No, but Turner was the
Turner.
owner.
Yeah, but they weren't even equally close to how much money
WWE were.
Tony Khan and
Oh,
his
yeah.
parents have.
And the one thing that AEW is also being run on is just you're pushing former WWE stars. You have no organic talent because
Yeah,
you're pushing
we're gonna-
stars they're pushing stars
I'm gonna,
that
I'm
are.
gonna introduce a segment. So this is gonna be the segment where Dom goes off on AEW for about 20 minutes.
Not even. Okay,
So
I'm gonna
buckle up.
I'm gonna
Get your
settle this
popcorn
down.
ready.
I'm gonna settle this
This is
down.
my favorite thing ever because we do this like weekly. It's actually funny though because when we're on the phone, it's no holds bar, uncensored.
Oh, it's an unsanctioned match right there.
An unsanctioned, no holds bar, uncensored match. It's 10 times funnier than what you're gonna hear
Here, but
but
the
it's
one
the
thing
best
that
thing ever.
the one thing that WWE runs on is they are always producing talent. They're also producing
They
massive
have-
talent, massive stories, and they're making a
They
perfect
use
sense of it.
the term homegrown talent.
Oh yeah,
WWE defines that in the wrestling industry and
for
the
course,
wrestling business
for sure.
because they have what is it 2 levels now of developmental. They have
Yeah, they
NXT
have
and what's the one
NXT,
that they just came out with? That
they're
they're bringing
doing
back?
Evolve.
Evolve.
Excuse me,
They
which
have Evolve and NXT, and you have to go through both of those before you get a shot at the main roster.
basically, yeah.
Unless you're a free agent signing, like
Oh, of course, like Cody. You can take Cody,
like
for
Cody
example.
Rhodes.
You're
You're a free agent signing. He didn't go. He doesn't go through the
the whole NXT system.
NXT.
However, they are doing that now with a lot of top free agents like Ricky Starks, or forgive me, I have to say Ricky Saints, which by the way, I love Ricky Starks and I love the name Ricky Saints, but I'm not the biggest fan of it as of right now. I definitely do think it will grow on me because he wants to make his name in WWE. But
Yeah.
you're taking a lot of those top free agents that you sign, like Ricky Starks and like Jordan Grace, and you're making them, go through NXT because you already seen what they've done, in TNA or in AEW. But at the same time, they also don't have that big name to come onto the main roster. I think WWE wants to play it safe and be like, hey, we want to give you like a year or two. The same thing goes with like Julia or Stephanie Vaquer or Zarya. They want to give them time to develop in the WWE system because they were so used to
They want to
being
get them used
in
to
the
how
indies.
the WWE operates and how
Yeah.
it's different from the other companies.
Yeah.
It's not the same as AEW
or like
even
TNA.
TNA, which I like TNA because TNA is similar to AEW, but it's less obnoxious about itself.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not as much WWE talent that left for TNA.
No, there's a couple guys.
The only
like
guys I
Ali,
can really name off the top of my head, you could probably name more, is the Hardy Bros.
Hardys, yeah. And
But the Hardys have a history with TNA.
they do. Both of them do. But speaking of the Hardys,
Like they're kind of like Dolph.
yeah, Nick Nemeth, yeah, Dolph is over there.
Yeah. But like
Ali, Mustafa Ali's over there. JDC Fandango, is over there. There's a lot of different guys, but I feel like when you're going to talk about, and now
but I
we're
feel
really
like
gonna cover-
TNA taking WWE talent, they took WWE talent that wasn't over the hill or underused. They took WWE talent that was somewhat established that just left.
Well, a lot of them were like Mustafa Ali was released.
They were over-released.
because they didn't have anything going for
But
them.
they
at the
weren't
time.
bad. But they weren't bad wrestlers.
No, the
like
one
AEW
thing
was taking the scraps of WWE outside of Jericho
and Moxley,
and Moxley.
even Danielson's up there too,
Danielson, Moxley, Edge, and Jericho were the
and
only
Christian. I feel like with Christian.
Right.
Because
Those
a
are
lot
the-
of people were underdeveloped. Like
Those
Christian
are-
was underdeveloped.
Those are
Goldust.
those are the only 5 guys that left WWE. So the only I can't phrase this right. Jesus Christ. The only established guys that left WWE for AEW were Moxley. Which I refuse to call him that. So Dean Ambrose.
Bryan Danielson or
Bryan
Daniel
Danielson.
Bryan, as we all know him as. Edge, of
Bryan,
course.
Edge.
Cope, Adam Copeland.
Never call him Copeland. On the
Yeah,
show again.
I'm
It's
not.
Edge.
I'm fine calling him Adam
The
Copeland.
rated R superstar.
I'm
Adam
fine.
Copeland.
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine calling him Adam Copeland. I feel like Cope is not the best name to
No.
use. Jericho, of course. Chris Jericho.
That's it, really. What other
I mean, and they
superstar
definitely-
elite WWE talent left? And went to AEW?
Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks, definitely. And she's what? I think she's TBS champion right now.
Yeah.
So, and again, I don't watch AEW. I just keep up because my cousin watches it. One of my cousins watches it.
Yeah, but there's not much WWE talent that was
Like big stars. Like,
Big
yeah,
stars.
granted, you have,
the big stars.
Oh,
were
and
over-
Lashley. They just got Lashley.
Oh yeah, right, Bobby Lashley. But then again, he's not a superstar.
I mean, I feel like he is in a sense, but not big.
Yeah.
Like, he's not big as like,
But-
as like a Jericho or an Edge or
Yeah,
Daniel Bryan.
But the point being, the superstars they got from WWE were at the end of their careers, outside of maybe Moxley. Really, I don't think Edge. I don't think Edge or Jericho have more than 2-3 years left max.
Nah.
So they're at the end.
I definitely do think so. Billy, you want to talk on?
Yeah, sorry, Billy.
AEW?
Over here.
How no, it's just I don't. I'm fine listening to you guys talk. It's just I'm not really familiar with AEW.
Yeah.
I like to absorb information. But is there any chance of any of those guys coming back? Or just the end of the line.
The only one I could truly see doing any sort of comeback is if he retires. Is Ed?
Probably Edge.
I could
Maybe
see-
Dean. Maybe Dean
I could
coming
see
back.
Dean-
Seeing Mox come back, I would
can
love to see.
Dean
Still pretty
and
young.
Edge coming back as their old monikers. Dean
Oh,
Ambrose
yeah,
and
for sure.
Edge.
But they
I-
also take who? They also take like the monikers they use in AEW. Because think about it, when Cody Rhodes left WWE, he was Stardust, and then he comes back to WWE,
Yeah, but
and
if-
he's the American Nightmare,
But I
which
think
is a perfect gimmick, by the way.
no. But I think if Edge or Ambrose come back, they're gonna come back as Dean Ambrose and Edge. They're not
Oh
coming
yeah,
back
for sure.
as
They're not
Cody.
gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Adam Copeland or John Moxley.
Yeah,
I
wish
mean,
Edge was back this year. Cena
dude,
retired.
and it sucks too because remember
That could
2
have
years
been-
ago.
That could have been a great match.
Remember the middle of 2023 when Cena came back. It was like September, October when Cena made that comeback. Edge had just left like a week earlier, and it's like, man, if you came back the week earlier, you could have said hello to your friend. You could have said hello to your former rival. Which I mean, I think people already know.
Yep.
WWE fans know Edge and Cena's rivalry being one of the most brutal and probably one of the best rivalries in history. It's not the best in my opinion,
One of
but it's one of the best.
What is your best?
and then you got.
We
sorry
could
to
talk
interrupt.
about that after.
We'll talk about this after. I just want to make one more point.
Yeah.
And then you got. I feel like Jericho's not going back to WWE.
Nah, he said he didn't really
Is
want
the
to.
Big Show still wrestling?
Big. I don't
No.
know. I don't know.
He doesn't
honestly.
go by the Big Show anymore, and I think honestly,
Yeah, he goes
he's
by his
signed-
real name.
He signed to AEW, but I think he's more of like a talent agent.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing.
Like he evaluates the talent. I think.
But the one thing
he's
I
on
like-
TV because I'm gonna make Dom laugh. When they brought,
I know what you're gonna say because I was gonna say the
can
same
you
thing.
do it?
I was
Can
gonna
you do
say,
it?
Captain Insano, show no mercy.
No, when they bring the boom. You know, they
Oh,
bring the
dude, that
boom.
was so dumb.
Can you do 5 big booms?
I'm not doing that. I'm
No.
not gonna do that.
I'll pull out my wallet right now.
I'm not gonna do that. You know I'm not gonna do that.
Here's a lot of cash. I'll give you a $20 bill if you do 5 big booms.
Why do I have to do 5 big booms on there?
Because it's
I'm not
funny.
gonna do that.
Billy, 5 big booms.
What are you searching over there?
You want to ride?
Boom.
Oh my
Boom.
gosh. All right, fine. Boom. Boom.
No, you're doing it wrong. It's boom. Boom.
Boom. Boom. Boom. Boom. I just punched the mic. Boom. Boom. There. Like
Yeah, when they
Except
brought
in-
them into AEW,
that was how you know AEW was desperate because they can't get
they brought
anything
in
over.
fat Asian.
They brought in Big AJ and Big Justice to AEW.
And
What
he
are we
broke his
doing
foot in
here?
He came out with the
Hey.
double junk chocolate cookies on his
Hey.
pants and broke his foot in the first match.
Hey,
Bro,
he-
and-
he-
we do-
he's an up and coming talent. Let's give him some time.
Up
to
and coming talent
Bro, they had the RZA come out, go like
with
this,
Big
and
Show.
hit
With the
someone-
Big Show.
with the Big Show.
Like, bro, what?
You had a chubby 8-year-old kid come on AEW. Are you kidding me?
Dude, like, this is why AEW is gonna do the WCW route. I am hoping for
5
the
years
day.
from now, I have a prediction. 3 to 5 years from now, Ambrose
Well, I
and
think
Edge
that's
are
when
gonna be back in-
Ambrose's contract's gonna end. It's like in like 2 years or 3 years.
Whenever their contracts end is when they're either gonna fold and they're gonna go back to WWE.
I will say one thing I can appreciate AEW for, and it's only one thing, excuse me, that I can appreciate them for, is this definitely redefined Christian, or as he goes by now, Christian Cage. I
Yeah.
definitely do think this, like, he is one of the most underrated, and I told you this, I tell you this all the time, Billy. He is one of the most underrated WWE superstars. Like, Vince gave him really no mind. Yeah, he got 2 reigns with the World Heavyweight Championship, but they were short reigns. They were short reigns. And I really wish we got more of that.
Speaking of reigns, really quick.
Yeah.
And then we'll just do maybe if Dom wants recap of some of the big matches so far of 2025. When do you think Roman's gonna come back?
Honestly,
Just
we
quick
have
answer for that one.
to wait and see.
Yeah.
We
I
have to
was
wait
gonna
and see.
say,
Bill, do you want to chip in on this?
Yeah. When do you think Billy? Do you have a specific
Do you have a specific time?
time that Roman's gonna come back or no?
I am always very optimistic about this type of stuff.
I feel like he'll be back at Chamber at some capacity. Like,
Maybe the scroll.
You know what? I would be fine with that. And it was so funny because I saw a fan tweet on Instagram one time, or I saw a fan thing on Instagram where it's like, oh, WWE kind of teased, like, if you kind of take it in a perspective, WWE kind of teased what WrestleMania 41 was with the poster of Cody versus Roman and then with Rollins and The Rock, where it's like, oh, could this be the main event next year of Mania? Can we get to see Cody versus Rock for the undisputed WWE Championship? And can we finally see Seth versus Roman? I would have been fine. with the
I
match,
love
but,
The
like,
Rock, right?
it just wouldn't work for that match.
I think the problem is, I'm sorry to cut you off. The
Yeah,
Rock,
go ahead.
of course.
Like the
Just
Rock
for that.
fights, right? I feel like one way or another, someone gets left out. Because if you do Rock versus Roman, you could do Punk versus Seth, but I think they want to do a 3-way with Punk.
Yeah, the triple threat with them. I mean, I'd be fine with it, but like I still feel like they should have done the original, what I feel like they should have done. And quick little fantasy booking here. And if you want to hear more of my fantasy booking talk, go check out when I get my new show at WCC Westchester Community
He
College.
almost said
Westchester Community College. Our colors are white and blue.
no, but I know what you
Yeah,
mean.
yeah. Westchester Community College. I'll be taking over the Power Hour from 12 to 1 on Wednesdays. That's going to be very fun. Shout out to, of course, Westchester Community College, and also shout out to my mentor and a very, very good friend of mine, Rad. That's my guy right there. That is my guy right there. But I really do think that they should have done for WrestleMania. I feel like they should have done John versus Gunther. John Cena versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, because you're still getting John to win. You're still getting John to main event WrestleMania, but you don't know which night he's going to main event, and you're still going to get John winning the 17th WWE Championship. And then you do, or you could have had Roman win the Rumble. And this was my speculation in going into the Rumble, is you have Roman Reigns win the Rumble, and he immediately wants his shot against Cody again. We've been seeing it teased on WWTV that he was going to go after Cody again for his title. And you could definitely play the fact of doing Roman versus Cody 3. But this time, because CM Punk is owed a favor by Paul Heyman,
That's
could
the
have threw
triple
CM.
threat.
You could have added CM Punk and made it a triple threat.
What I was gonna say was before Billy rudely cut. No, I'm just kidding. Before Billy gave his thoughts, I was just gonna say, as much as I love The Rock as a performer and a wrestler, I don't want to see him in a championship match because he's not a full timer or a part timer that's gonna, be around to do title defenses. He does 3 to 4 movies a year.
Yeah, well, he's the biggest movie star.
Even if he only releases 1 movie a year, he films 2, 3, 4 movies a year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For releases.
Well,
he's the biggest movie star on the planet right now. Why give him a title shot if he's barely going to be around to defend it?
it's like what they did with WrestleMania 29, kind of like how they did with WrestleMania 29, which was when they did CM Punk versus Rock for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble, and then Rock won, doing twice in a lifetime. Which I'm not gonna lie, right now, WrestleMania 29 may not be the best WrestleMania, but I do like, as much as I think the once in a lifetime match at WrestleMania 28 was perfect, I do enjoy twice in a lifetime. I think twice in a lifetime
the
is a
only
great
way
match.
you give Rock a title shot and maybe a title win
Is Roman.
It has to be against Roman at this point. And I also think you have to get a commitment from him that he'll be able to do at least half the year's worth of shows for title defense.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Or
for sure.
Even if he doesn't do title
that's what
defenses
Cena's
on SmackDown or Raw, he has to show up to major pay-per-views.
Oh, for sure.
Commitment from him.
It's like with Cena, with how Cena's doing the retirement tour, how he's approaching the retirement tour.
He's showing up on Raw and SmackDown, but he's mostly going to be I had a burp. Excuse me. He's mostly doing the pay-per-views. He's showing up.
Yeah.
Chamber. It's confirmed. We just don't know how or when, but it's confirmed he's most likely getting a Mania match.
If he has to.
Yeah.
Even if it's not the main event, it has to be.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, he's getting a Mania match. Even if it's not like the main event, he's getting a Mania match.
Who?
Cena.
Oh yeah. I did. Well, I mean, if they do pull the trigger on,
would you think they would ever, or there have any thought of a third in a lifetime where it's not a title match, but it's
just the two of them?
The two of them one last time in the ring.
Well, I feel like
main event, night
I
one.
definitely would love to see Rock versus Cena again, but it's not the match I want to see the most during the retirement tour. I think everyone knows that the match I want to see during the retirement tour, and I think everyone else has the idea, is going to be Randy versus John.
There's 3 matches, well, 2 matches, because you can't do Cena.
Oh, and
versus
Punk.
Edge.
You could do Punk versus John.
Oh, so it is 3.
Punk versus John.
So 3 out of the 4 matches you could do very easily in WWE right now.
What's the other one?
Cena Punk,
and then
Cena Rock.
Yeah,
and
Cena Rock, and then Cena Orton.
Yeah. If they could pull those 3 matches off, whether it's a SmackDown Saturday Night Main Event
Or like another pay-per-view.
Monday Night Raw, or one of the smaller scale pay-per-views, if they could get those 3 with Cena maybe doing title defenses for those 3 would be a match. That would be beautiful.
Well,
I'd
another
like to see
Chef's kiss.
Cena versus AJ as well.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that too.
I want to see a Cena versus Gunther.
See, now if they did what I wanted for WrestleMania was doing John versus Gunther, that would have been better.
But now
That would have been better.
because they're doing most likely going to do Jay versus Gunther. I don't.
Well,
think
they are
Cena-
doing it. That's confirmed.
Yeah, so Cena's not getting the title at Mania because I don't think they're going to take Roman.
You know, it's
I don't think they're gonna do Cena versus Cody. I said Roman before. Cena versus Cody and have Cody lose the belt to Cena, even though it's his
well. I
retirement
think
tour.
I think they can definitely pull the trigger on that.
No, they could.
I definitely do think they will
don't-
do that.
I don't think they will. I feel like they have something really big for Cody that requires him to keep the belt.
Well, I know they also said they wanted to do a match against Drew for the title, and I would love to see a match against Drew McIntyre, Cody, because former tag team champions, and Cody kind of took the Drew approach, where Drew was cut from WWE. He went to the Indies and built that name for himself, only to get re-signed by WWE, go to NXT, become NXT champion, go to the main roster, and then not even a year in his, back on the main roster, he became WWE champion. He
Yeah.
became 2-time WWE champion.
I also, to wrap up the wrestling, because I want to go maybe to a little. I just want to go to a little bit more hockey and
Other sports,
football.
yeah.
we did like 40 minutes on wrestling.
Yeah, I know.
I love wrestling, but I do want to break it up a little bit. I want to get a couple, maybe basketball, and a little bit Billy's
Yeah.
specialty, the New York Knicks. But
Guess
my
in college
final,
as well. You're saying
Mhm.
Josh Johnny's looking pretty good.
yeah, my closing thoughts on
Yeah.
wrestling is I think
We'll go over
tonight.
their closing thoughts.
Yeah, well, I'm saying mine being that I'm speaking.
Yeah.
Jackass.
So we'll
My
we'll
closing
each give a
thought-
little something.
Yeah, we'll give like a little closing thought on what you think's gonna happen maybe tonight. I honestly think what's gonna happen is Rock's gonna come out, not to cut a promo, to announce, because they have Rock do all the major announcements on
Yeah.
TV now. Now it's WrestleMania 42 is gonna be in New Orleans because
Okay.
SmackDown tonight, I believe, is in New Orleans.
Yeah,
right?
it is. It is.
And I think someone, I don't know who, gonna interrupt them, and somehow, some way, he's either getting involved in the triple threat match or he's gonna have a match. Because there's rumors now that Alexa Bliss had not Alexa Bliss,
The Liv Morgan and
that's my girl,
Naomi match
is getting scratched.
got scrapped.
So
Yeah.
that's why I think now they can have The Rock get a match and fight someone.
But they could still be able to do that, I feel. Because
Yeah.
you're running with 3 hours.
I mean, I know you're running with 3 hours, but if they said The Rock's gonna take up a large portion of the runtime, I think
For
he's
sure.
gonna get a match.
And it's The Rock.
That's good.
And it's The Rock.
Yes, Bill.
Triple H at SmackDown as well.
What do you mean?
Triple
Is
H
he
goes
in
to
the control
everything.
room?
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
Well,
The
you gotta
only
remember,
thing-
he's the creative head.
That
So
makes
he's
sense.
got to be there.
Well, he's always in Gorilla. You always see stuff when they film backstage.
He's always
You
there.
know, he's always there.
Well,
Uh,
my close. I don't know if you.
No, yeah, I was gonna pass it on to you. I was gonna be like, all right, Billy, what do you think?
My closing thought isn't really a thought. It's more of a
Huh.
questionable. You
Okay.
guys, it's just how would you guys compare the quality of SmackDown since WrestleMania?
I'll go first.
What do
I
you
have
mean?
What do you think one's better than the other?
I have a shorter answer.
You could go first. Yeah.
I don't think one's better than the other in terms of I rather watch one over the other. I watch both equally amount, which isn't a lot, but I watch it here and there.
I got one more thing to say.
I think Raw,
Especially now because it's on Netflix.
because it's on Netflix. They're gonna have more crossovers with
Yeah.
the SmackDown
Yeah.
stars.
Yeah.
Like Roman's gonna come on more often.
Yeah.
Solo's gonna come on more often.
Cody.
Cody's gonna come on often. Jay was on the last few weeks because he's challenging Gunther, who's
Well, Jay's been on Raw.
Jay's been on Raw, but you're gonna get more of Jay, is what I'm saying. Jay's gonna be on maybe weekly going from now to Mania. Cena's gonna show up in Raw and SmackDown.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't know what brand Cena's signed to.
He didn't
technically,
sign to a brand. So the thing with Cena is that because he's
because
a
he's on the
part timer.
retirement tour.
Because he's a part timer and he's on the retirement tour, he's gonna go anywhere he
Yeah,
pleases.
He's free.
So he's gonna show
Yeah,
up to
he's
both
like
brands.
You could just
he's
kind
not
of.
Not really, because Cody's more exclusive to SmackDown. With John, he gets more range because he's a part timer.
That's fair.
I just think SmackDown's a little bit weaker, a little bit stronger in the star talent right now with Cody, Roman, Solo, Jimmy, the Bloodline. The Rock's mostly shows up for SmackDown Bloodline, and so I kind of think
Raw has the advantage, you think?
SmackDown.
SmackDown.
See,
Okay.
I'm gonna say I think SmackDown Raw has the advantage of streaming rights and TV
Yes.
because Raw is gonna be internet. Raw's all over now. It's not on the US and then available days later across the world.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Same day, same night streaming.
Yeah.
I
Same.
agree.
Same.
No, like
I
agree today.
Think SmackDown's the better
better
shape right
brand.
now. Better brand currently.
Okay.
Because they have more of a star power. Because when you're at full health, who's on Raw? Is Punk Raw? Or SmackDown?
Punk,
Seth.
Rollins.
That's what I was
Punk
gonna
and
say.
Rollins.
Punk and Rollins. That's why I love
Punk,
Raw.
Rollins.
Oh no, I love Raw too, but I think
There's a lot of good
but I
guys on
think
Raw.
I think
Judgment Day.
Yeah, but I think star
Liv.
power. I think star power right now. I'd give it a little bit just because they have Roman and Cody on the same thing.
That's true.
Like I honestly
They have Roman, Cody, and Rock technically all on the same.
Yeah.
Rock's
yeah,
like
yeah.
Cena where he goes where he pleases.
Yeah. And
but
with Rock, it works
you're
because he's
gonna
part of
get-
TKO. He's part
But
of
you're
the TKO
getting
board.
Rock more.
On SmackDown,
Yeah.
especially when you look last year during the road to WrestleMania 40, you saw him more on SmackDown.
Because you saw
Than you
him
on
where
Raw.
the bloodline was.
Exactly.
And the bloodline's all SmackDown now.
I,
It's
I,
not-
Roman
I really
Reigns,
like Raw.
My family, I acknowledge
How's
you.
Like my two favorite parts of Raw, Punk and
Yeah,
Rollins.
Then we're gonna
Like-
wrap up the show because
Yeah, you're good.
no, we could do like 20 more minutes, 10 more minutes.
Yeah, we
Like,
talk
Punk-
about the
Punk-
every other sport
Punk and Rollins are like
Yeah.
by far my two favorite guys on Raw.
on Raw. Yeah,
And they're like on it every week, which I love.
and then we got Finn Balor, of course.
Finn Balor.
Finn.
Pin Balor.
Pin-
As he's
Alright,
called now.
What's next sport we want to go in?
We have like 20 minutes.
It's up to you. Whichever you want to go.
Let's go next, guys.
Go next.
Let's go Knicks.
They got a big win last night.
Yes, they did.
3-point defense is still a major issue.
Didn't it go to overtime?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they won in overtime.
Don't worry. Thibodeau's gonna whoop him into shape with the 3-point defense. He
Oh,
always
for
does.
sure.
They got it because Boston's already destroyed them with it twice. They need Mitch to come back.
Has he played yet this year?
No, I mean the injuries have been an issue. We know how
Yeah.
it has been the last 2 years, but as long as they're healthy for the playoffs, I feel
I agree.
confident.
Yeah,
But
if they were
it's just a big
healthy.
if.
Well, I know Hart is out.
Kind of issue with his knee. They said they could
Yeah, I saw
handle
that.
it, but
Yeah.
What? Who would then substitute out for Hart?
well, I think what they had yesterday, they had Towns. I think they had Precious.
I love
Slide.
Cat, by the way.
I love
Cat is one of my
Cat had a
favorite
great-
players of all time.
Cat caught
Yo,
fire.
Shout out to Philippe. Shout out to my main man
I
Philippe.
remember that was the most random trade I've ever seen, and I remember exactly where I was and the first person I called when it happened.
It was so funny about.
I
that
was
trade.
outside of my room waiting for. I think it was for Vin. He was coming out of Loftus. Yeah, he was coming out of Loftus, and I was waiting for him. Either him or I was waiting for Tyler.
Tyler.
It was either Vin or Tyler because they were both in Loftus, and they were coming out of Loftus. And I was standing outside of my building where I live, and I just see the report. I didn't see even that to the New York Knicks. I just saw Karl Anthony Towns traded. So
You're
I
like,
opened.
what?
I opened to him. I'm like, yo, where'd he go? I wasn't
And then
thinking.
you saw him.
I wasn't thinking the Knicks made a move for him. I see the Knicks. I instantly called Billy. I called Billy like 4 times. Sends me
That's
the
great.
voicemail.
That
I
is
texted
great.
him, yo, what are you doing? The Knicks just got Towns. He wrote back, wait, really? I might
Wait,
have
really?
the text. He answered, he goes, wait, really? And I sent you a screenshot of the text.
That's great. That is great.
And we won. Like I was sad because we won.
Because
we
we got rid of
got-
Devo and I love Dante.
I love Dante.
But
And
we
then
won
Randall.
that. Randall too. We
Randall,
won
yeah.
that trade by far.
We wouldn't be where we are in the standings, third,
Because of it.
with Randall and Devo.
I mean, on paper, title contender, but
It was
we-
so
we have
funny.
2 glaring issues.
It was so
Three-point
funny because
defense.
Bill.
Injuries, and we can't like.
Oh yeah, Bill. It was so funny, and I think I told you this too. When Cat got when not Cat got traded, when Luca got traded, I kind of made the reference to Cat because no one expected, no one knew that.
Yo, yeah. He said before we were together, I was like, where we? And then I remember when it happened, I called him and he was still in your car.
Yeah, we were
And
still
you
in
were
the car.
driving, and you just, yo, what?
Yeah.
Yo, bro,
Hey,
like,
yo.
yo, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, Luka just got traded to the Lakers.
That was crazy. You know, I actually wrote and shout out and plug into the Viking News of Westchester Community College. I write for there, and I will be writing for the Ionian when I come here too. I just did an article for our next issue that's coming out in March that basically talk about the NBA. And one of the biggest things I talked about in there was the Luka trade because, you know, that was the biggest blockbuster to come out of this month. And I touched upon a lot of things too. Jimmy Butler, of course, going to Golden State, talking about
Yeah.
the Knicks, of course. So I'm very happy with that article. That was the other article I did. I did the NBA article. I did an article on the Royal Rumble, and I did an article on DC Comics. I remember now. But yeah, I made that comparison to you after we saw that trade. I'm like, Bill, that's like the cat trade. That's basically, no one knew, no one expected, no one even
No
heard,
one knew there
nothing
was
about
anything
that.
going on behind the scenes about them being unhappy with Luka, or that there was any semblance of him getting traded. It just came out of nowhere on a Sunday morning at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Not even.
There was one.
No,
It's like
it
an
was
hour after the Rumble.
There was
Yeah, it was
one
like an
that-
hour or two. So it was still like 11:30.
Closer to
It
12.
was like
Yeah.
close to midnight. I was just about to go into bed. I was just about to power my phone off and go to sleep. And I just see like 4 notifications about Luka Doncic trading. So I thought he got hurt. So I started reading it because I always read notifications when I see big name players to make sure that they're hurt or traded.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Luka traded the Lakers. And I'm like, yo,
I'm 100% convinced it was.
You
there
think
had
so?
to be. Because then there
I
was a
definitely think
report
so.
that came out. There had to be collusion. Because why would a report come out that the only team approached was LA?
There's at
That's
least-
true.
there's at
And plus,
least-
it's LA.
And
He's
I-
playing with the best player of all
Yeah.
time. It's everyone. People
Second
claim.
best, but
Well, I'm saying now, right now.
yeah, but you get what I mean. Like,
Yeah. And
maybe third best. I would take Kobe over LeBron, honestly. Clutch mentality. I would take Kobe over LeBron any day of the week without a debate. There's nothing you can say that changed my mind. And I've been saying this since before Kobe was Kobe was alive. I always said I would take him in the clutch over LeBron.
over LeBron.
Yeah, and then Jordan over anybody because Jordan just.
Of course, it's Jordan. It's Jordan.
If Jordan, I'm just gonna say this: if Jordan doesn't retire, go play baseball for 2 years, which I think was a secret gambling suspension.
You think so?
Absolutely. Why would he just abruptly retire after a three-peat?
That
And
is
they're on top
yeah,
of
that's
it.
true.
If it
You got a
came
point
out
there.
early, like if they would have lost like a finals or two, and then he would have called it a career to go play baseball, I don't think the theory would be around. I think the theory was around because you just won 3 in a row, and you just randomly decide, yeah, I'm gonna retire now.
Yeah.
Honestly, I still trust what he said about how
course,
his
of
father
course.
died.
No, yeah, I
So,
think he
on his
wanted to
face.
play baseball, but I think he also used it to the cover up of that he had in trouble.
And I know that him and management were always buddying. So
Yeah.
that definitely.
Because I believe if he doesn't retire and miss, what was it, year and a half? He retired full
Year and a half.
season and then half. Yeah, if he doesn't retire for a year and a half, they win 8 in a row.
As far
Easy.
as Luka goes, there was at least 10 other teams that could have won that deal.
The Knicks
Yo.
could have did that deal.
The Thunder could have. I think the Thunder, like they could have given up like.
Dude, the Knicks could have did that deal.
Shout out John Starks.
If the Knicks would have threw in one of I love them, but if they would have threw in one of Bridges, Hart, and a first round pick, they could have did that deal.
Oh yeah.
If we're being honest, I think it could have costed.
I don't think
Brunson's
so.
reaction to getting Hart was great.
No, I don't think it would have cost Brunson and Towns because I think they would have known not to act for one of them because they're the two pillar sons of the team.
I will say you always got to upgrade, but that would have absolutely chemistry.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
they would have if they wouldn't have gave up Brunson. I think anyone on the roster outside of Towns and Brunson would have been available if the Mavs called and said, "What do you want? What do we?" And they offered us something for Luka, and anyone but Brunson and Towns was available. So I think that's the guy you pair with those two to win a championship.
Yeah.
You don't get rid of one of them to bring in Luka. You put the 3 of them together.
Billy, let me ask you a quick question. Did you watch Cobra Kai?
I watched Cobra Kai. Yeah.
Okay, you watched.
You
Did you watch
finished
the last 5 episodes?
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
talk a little
Okay.
bit about Cobra Kai.
I just- no, I just wanna-
spoiler warning ahead. So if anyone has,
I just
want to
mention this one thing. I just want to mention this one thing, and we can get back to actually
Yeah.
talking about sports. When we talk about Jordan and 3P, if you take into consideration, Cobra Kai took a 3P too, with the first time they went to All Valley in the first season, the 4th season All Valley, and then the Sekai Taikai. They went for a 3P technically.
The fourth. Season,
Yeah, technically,
Was that
yeah.
when the refs were like?
That was when the refs were getting paid off to
Season
have Cobra Kai
4
win.
was
Like,
when-
Kansas City.
Season 4. Season 4 was when Silver and
Kreese teamed up.
teamed up again.
I love Terry Silver. He's one of my favorite characters.
Well, no, Silver came in season 3, right? Because he was here all. season
No.
3.
He was teased at the end of season 3, but then he was introduced in season 4.
He was. Oh no, yeah, he was there all season.
Because
4 and
remember,
season
at the
5.
end, he called him. He was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
long time." And then
he was there all
You saw
season
season
4
4.
and 5, and then they brought him
the
back.
first half of 6, he wasn't in there, and then
Yeah,
the last 2 parts he was, and then of course, yeah, the spoiler alert, the death scene between Silver and Kreese.
No
Yeah,
mercy.
if you haven't seen Cobra Kai, skip ahead.
Mercy. The way he said that just had me
Yeah,
crying.
If you didn't see Cobra Kai, skip ahead.
Cobra Kai, yeah. Man, I mean, that was probably like something that made me emotional. And
Yeah,
I
because
and I
Kreese-
cried this morning.
I genuinely
too.
think Kreese redeemed himself as a character there.
Oh yeah. According to what my brother told me, according to what my brother Al told me, which again, shout out to my brother Al.
So, what's his phone name? Alfonso.
Alfonso, yeah.
Shout out Alfonso.
According Billy, shout out to Al.
I said shout out Alfonso.
Okay. So according to what
Alfonso
Al was
Soriano.
telling me, one, you remember at the end of, again, spoiler alert for the end of Cobra Kai season 6 and the end of Cobra Kai. You remember at the end of like that montage they did, and they showed the Sports Illustrated article of Cobra Kai winning the Sekai Taikai.
Yeah.
According to the rumor, there was supposed to be a guy to pick up that paper and read it, and they said where, and he also said, where is Terry Silver? And that guy was supposed to be Kreese, basically saying that both of them were alive. When my brother told me that, I was like, no way that's real. Ain't no way that's real.
No, I think they were going to imply that Kreese survived and killed Terry Silver in the boat. I don't think it was going to imply that they're both alive. I think they were going to imply that John Kreese was alive.
Because it's John Kreese, man. It's John Kreese. Dude, it's just so
But
insane. to
you
me.
also have to think the new Karate Kid movie, and there's nothing I'll say about it, comes out in
Couple months.
Couple
April.
months. Takes place 3 years
after Cobra Kai ends.
So what it's doing is it's taking, I don't know, is it taking the Jackie Chan movie, or is it just taking the Jackie Chan as an actor?
I think it's taking the movie.
I wasn't sure if it's taking the movie and crossing it over with
Because
the
you got to remember too,
main-
Will Smith is also a producer on Cobra Kai.
So then, yeah, it's definitely taking over. Then it's definitely
taking over. Like it's a part
crossing
of that universe.
over, and it's just going to explain why it was in China and not Okinawa.
Yeah. People had fan theories that when they first mentioned the Sekai Taikai, that was the tournament that Dre, Jaden Smith's character in the Karate Kid with Jackie Chan, that he was fighting. But I looked into it. It wasn't.
No, it wasn't, because they wouldn't have, because it wasn't the same name. That
Yeah, exactly.
Did
I
you see what
s-
Jaden Smith wore to like the whatever? He had like that hat on, or that house on it, like as a hat.
Yeah.
Yo, Dom, never get drunk with us, because we'll make you do the Sal Volcano and get Jaden Smith tatted on your thigh. Well, tat up. Never go out with us. We'll make you get Jaden Smith tatted on your left thigh.
But
like
let's
Sal Volcano.
let's finish up. What else of sports you want to talk about?
Actually, we'll just wrap up the show. It's 4:30.
Yeah, we've been on for what, like
An hour.
I went it off
20?
with
Wow.
the biggest news of the year. Yankees scaled it a little bit back with their facial
hair
policy.
policy.
Aaron
So-
Judge is gonna grow a goatee, hit 70 home runs.
And he's got that dad strength too.
Shout out to Vinny and Jake for that one, because they're the ones that said it before, but I'm gonna say it on the air for them.
Yeah.
Judge has got the dad strength, and he's gonna hit 70 home runs. I just need to drop a fly ball in the in game 6
With
of the
that
NLC
goatee.
of the NLCS.
I really hope he doesn't get traded to the National League.
They say NLCS. I meant ALCS.
Dude, he's just a hater. He's just a hater.
Ah!
Yeah, I am.
All jokes aside, don't do any long hair. No Charlie Blackman beards.
Nah, I would love
But,
to see. I would love to see. By the midseason, you see John Carlos Stanton come out with a mullet and dreads and be like, "Yo, I'm here to hit bombers. I'm here to hit dingers, yo."
We're gonna all be surprised at how many players grow beards. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Bro, now that the rule,
Imagine Jazz with the beard.
Jazz had a beard in Miami.
Yeah, he did.
yeah, somebody was like, I hope Volpe
Stanton had a beard. Jazz had a beard. Volpe, you can't say. Judge, you couldn't
I feel
say.
like Volpe would look weird with the beard.
Volpe, listen, as someone that can't grow facial hair, I know what somebody looks like
Yeah,
when they
you
can't grow
grow
facial
a
hair.
mustache. It looks like you
Volpe
got.
can't. I know for a
looks like you
fact
got
Volpe cannot,
patches.
is not
You
gonna
got-
be able to grow a beard.
You get 3 patches. You get 1, 2, 3 over here for your mustache.
There's
That's
no
great.
way Volpe's gonna
That's
grow a
great.
beard.
Dude,
No way.
Volpe with a
I
beard
don't
would
think
just
he
look
can't
weird.
even grow.
That would just look
outside.
weird.
All
But
right.
like
yeah.
everyone else though would look good. Especially Judge with the goatee. That would be great.
Pause. No, I agree.
You guys ready to wrap up?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Thank you guys for coming on.
Of course. Again,
You
check
gotta
me
come
out.
back. Check them out.
Check me out
on,
on
What is it?
Westchester Community College. So it's
WA.
WARY Valhalla, New York. It's Power 88.1. So it's the station 88.1. And
AM,
FM, of course. And
Yeah.
and
FM.
you can see me, you can hear me on there with again my good friend Rad, who's just been such a blast to work
I
with.
got one more shout out to give.
So you can hear me on Tuesdays with him from 12 to 1, and then hopefully soon I will be taking over 12 to 1. The power hour is what we call at WCC. I'll be taking over power hour from 12 to 1 on Wednesdays.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Dom's brother, Alfonso.
And
Al Romano.
then, of course, shout out to everyone else that I shout out in this episode, especially shout out to my boy Bruce
Al's
Beck.
the man. He's better at Dom and Zombies. So
Of
he's the
course.
man.
And then, of course, shout out to Bruce Beck.
Yeah, shout out Bruce. I gave
Okay.
yeah, that was a good one.
How's it going?
Yeah.
All right.
Billy, what do you want to shout out?
I got to shout out 2 people.
CM
One at the
Punk.
place. Roy Dolan's 890 McLean Avenue. If you ever want to come
Are we
fight,
really plugging this in right
go
now?
up to Roy Dolan's. And then a very special shout out. Mohamed Salah.
Mohamed
The
Salah.
Yankees suck. Rangers suck. Giants suck.
It's all about the
Knicks are
WWE.
injured. Mo
Let's go
Salah-
Mets.
Mo Salah is the shining light that makes you happy every weekend.
All right,
I
I'm
tune
gonna.
in, he scores.
Well, they're
Win the
talking.
Ballon d'Or. Thank
Alright,
you.
Well, they're talking. I'm gonna go
Alright,
shut
good.
the equipment off.
Okay.
So you guys can talk for like 2 minutes.
Tom, I thought you did a great job today.
Thank you. I thought you did do a great job
It
too.
was great. How are you gonna feel about being at Iona next semester?
Man, next semester is going down.
How long do you think it's gonna take for you to get acclimated? Excited for that process?
We're excited.
Very excited.
Very
Dom,
excited.
it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Are we still on?
Do we still? Are we still?
Are we,
on?